Yes, and feel free to take pictures, that is encouraged, so.
Oh, that might hurt.
All right, go ahead.
Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story.
Name?
I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong.
I see. And what makes you so sure?
Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies, sheep, and pigs, but that's just the way we are.
Can we stick to the story, please?
If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar.
Way back in once upon a time, a wolf was making a birthday cake for his dear old granny.
I had a terrible sneeze and cold.
You won't believe it. He ran out of sugar.
So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar.
Now this neighbor was a pig.
And he wasn't too bright either.
Yeah, built a whole house out of straw.
Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw?
So, of course, the minute he knocked on the door, it fell right in. He claimed he didn't want to just walk into someone else's house.
So I called Little Pig, are you in?
No answer. He was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for his dear granny's birthday cake.
That's when my nose started to itch. I felt the sneeze coming on. While I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed a great sneeze.
You're not going to believe it, but the whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail.
He had been home the whole time.
It seemed like a shame to leave a perfect good ham dinner laying there in the straw.
So I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there.
He was feeling a little better.
But I still didn't have my cup of sugar.
So he went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother.
He was a little smarter, not much.
He had built his house of sticks.
I rang the bell on the stick house.
Nobody answered.
Mr. Pig, are you in?
Go away, Wolf. You didn't come in. I'm shaving there and my Jimmy Ginger. He had just grabbed the doorknob when he felt another sneeze coming on.
I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze.
You're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's.
When the dust cleared, there was the second little dead as a doorknob.
Now you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open.
So I did the only thing there was to do.
Yeah, dinner again.
Think of it as a second helping.
You get it on But school was feeling a little better.
But I still didn't have my cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake.
So he went to the next house. This dude was the first and second little pig's brother.
He must have been the brains in the family.
Yeah, he had built his house of bricks.
I knocked on the brick house.
No answer.
I called Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that little rude porker answered?
Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again.
Talk about him polite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar.
And he wouldn't give him even one little cup of dear sweet old granny's birthday cake.
What a pig.
He was just supposed to go home and maybe make a nice birthday party instead of a cake when he felt his cold coming on.
I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Granny.
Then the third little pig yelled, and you know Granny can sit on a pin.
Now, usually I'm a pretty calm fellow. When somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy.
When he drove up, of course, he was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole time he was huffing and puffing and making a real scene. After he slided, I thought.
The rest, as they say, is history.
My partner and I found out about the 2 pigs he ate for dinner. We figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting.
So they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff, blew the house down, and they made me the big bad wolf.